There's a quiet revolution happening in the US accounting world. It's a huge strategic pivot that's really set to change how firms work by 2025. It's all about outsourcing and specifically outsourcing to India. But listen, this isn't just about cutting costs. We're going to dive into the really powerful forces behind this trend and what it actually means for the future of accounting. So you gotta ask, why the big shift? Well, to get that, you have to understand the incredible pressure modern accounting firms are under. I mean, it's a squeeze coming from every direction: clients, costs, the clock, and believe me, it is getting tighter every single year. Let me just ask you this, straight up. Does this feel familiar? That constant grinding battle against the clock during tax season, all while you're trying to keep your operational costs from just swallowing your profits. It's a challenge pretty much everyone in the industry is facing right now. And this, right here, this is the heart of the problem. Clients want things faster than ever. Regulators demand absolute flawless accuracy. And of course, the bottom line requires you to be as cost-efficient as possible. This trifecta of pressure is forcing firms to get a lot smarter about how they operate. Okay, so if that's the problem, where's the solution? Well, for a whole lot of firms, the answer is actually halfway around the world, in a model that takes advantage of the simple fact that, well, the planet keeps on spinning. And here we have it. Outsourcing audit and accounting work to India, it's gone from being this sort of niche idea to a full-blown mainstream strategy. And again, this is not just about finding cheaper labor. It's a really calculated move to build a more resilient, more efficient business for today's world. So, what is making this strategy so irresistible? Honestly, it really just boils down to 5 core advantages that are becoming way too powerful for firms to just ignore. Let's break them down one by one. First up, let's talk about the big headline number, 70%. What do you think that is? Well, that is the potential reduction in your operational costs. I mean, that is a staggering figure, and it's the number that's getting everyone's attention. But how is that even possible? So how on earth do you get a 70% cost reduction? It's not just about salaries. As you can see here, it's about a total shift in your cost structure. You get to slash overhead for stuff like office space and benefits. You can scale your team up or down exactly when you need to. And you finally get off that expensive roller coaster of hiring temporary staff just for the busy season. The second big advantage is talent. And you're not just hiring a couple of people here. You're tapping into this enormous pool of seriously skilled professionals. India produces thousands of highly trained accounting and finance grads every single year, which creates this incredible depth of expertise. And here's the really crucial part. We're not talking about basic data entry. These professionals are trained specifically in the standards U.S. firms need, from U.S. GAAP, that's the generally accepted accounting principles, all the way to IFRS, the international standards. We are talking complex stuff like fund accounting and financial statement prep. So you're not sacrificing quality, you're actually accessing specialized skills. All right, the third advantage is where things get really, really clever. It's the 24/7 workflow. By using that time zone difference, you basically turn your firm into a non-stop productivity engine. Your workday doesn't end at 5 p.m. anymore. It just gets a seamless handoff. I mean, just think about the impact of this. Your U.S. team finishes their day, sends over a pile of reconciliations or audit files. The team in India picks it right up, works while you're asleep, and when you log on the next morning with your coffee, the completed work is just sitting there in your inbox. In the middle of a crazy busy audit season, that is an absolute game changer. And that leads us straight to the fourth advantage, giving your in-house team a strategic focus. Just look at this comparison. Before outsourcing, your most valuable people are often just buried in operational tasks. But afterwards, they are freed up for the high-value stuff, analyzing data for real business insights, planning for growth, and actually building stronger relationships with your clients. You're delegating the grunt work so you can grow smarter. And the final core advantage, it's pure, unadulterated flexibility. Business is never static, right? Your workload has peaks and valleys. An outsourcing partner gives you the power to scale your resources on demand. You can ramp up for tax season and then scale right back down, all without that administrative and financial headache of hiring and layoffs. Of course, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but it's not without its questions. Handing over critical work naturally brings up concerns. What about quality, control, security? But a really good outsourcing strategy anticipates all of that and builds the safeguards right into the process. And this chart lays out those safeguards perfectly. You're worried about quality? That's met with rigorous checks and super strict adherence to US standards. You're concerned about control? That's handled with clear communication and reporting tools that keep top-tier cybersecurity protocols are absolutely non-negotiable. This quote really just reframes the entire conversation, doesn't it? The whole goal isn't to give up control, it's to gain what you might not have enough of right now: rock-solid reliability and deep, specialized expertise that you can tap into whenever you need it. So if this all sounds pretty compelling, how do you do it right? Because it's not as simple as just signing a contract. A successful partnership really needs a clear, thoughtful approach. Here's the 4-step blueprint for making it work. It all starts with defining your scope. Know exactly what tasks you're handing off. No ambiguity. Then, choose your partner very carefully. You need someone with proven expertise in US standards. Third, leverage cloud tools to make collaboration totally seamless and secure. And finally, over-communicate. Constant updates are what make the partnership truly feel like an extension of your own team. So, at the end of the day, the most crucial thing to take away is this: looking at outsourcing as just a way to cut costs is totally missing the bigger picture. It's a strategic lever you can pull to unlock efficiency, to gain access to global talent, and to free up your core team to focus on what really, truly matters: growing your business. Which leaves us with one final question for you to think about. As you look at your own operations, the long hours, the crazy deadlines, all the tasks that keep your best people from thinking strategically, is it possible that your back office isn't just a cost center, but is actually a boat anchor holding your business back from its real potential? It's definitely something to think about.